Hi, I'm Sean Rittenhouse from LevPro Systems, and I'd like to introduce you to the LevPro safety system. Let me introduce you to some of the components of the LevPro safety system. Starting with our load pin shackle, we call it the LevPro safety shackle. This is a direct replacement for the standard shackle used in a multitude of rigging operations. The only difference is ours has an electronic load monitoring device. Next part of the system is our LevPro Bluetooth wireless repeater box, which takes the signal via cable to the repeater box and then sends it wirelessly to either our handheld version, which we use a Pocket PC, the software is called Pocket Rigger, or our PC software version called LevPro Plus, which you see on the large screen monitor here. There's a number of functionalities, we'll go into those later. We also have a 3/4 inch standard shackle, same as the 5/8, just replaces the corollary unmonitored shackle that's currently used in the industry. This is the LevPro safety shackle. Basically it's our load cell pin, proprietary design, replaces 1-to-1 a 5/8 or 3/4, 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch standard rigging shackles. Installation's extremely easy. There's a couple of things that you have to do, but nothing is extremely complicated. It basically installs the same way that a Crosby or CM safety shackle does. Remove the nut, remove the pin. Notice that there are locator pins which have to fit over the shackle bell. That aligns the sensors correctly and ensures that you get an accurate reading. Installing a load cell is as easy as inserting the pin, putting on the nut. At this point, it's very important that the nut be backed off just a 1/4 turn so that it's not binding the sensors. We put in a safety linch pin which is tethered to the shackle, and then the system is ready to carry some load. In order to get the signal to our wireless repeater box, which will be mounted near the load cell on the truss, we use an RJ45 connector housed in an IP67 housing, so it's dust and moisture proof, even good for 30 minutes at a depth of 1 meter underwater. We don't ever expect to use it in that setting, but it gives you an idea how durable these are for indoor-outdoor use. The motor is now carrying the weight of the load cell, and the monitoring is already underway. The signal is being sent to the repeater box through this cable, and then ultimately will be monitored on our software. Thank you. Alright, I want to take a few minutes to discuss the LevPro Plus PC software. Very easy to operate. We'll start from scratch. One click on the icon opens up the home page. We go to discover devices. I'm not going to actually discover an actual repeater box in this case. We'll use our emulator function to show you how that would look. But were we discovering a repeater box, we would select the Bluetooth radio here, and then we would click on the discover button, and we would end up with any Bluetooth devices in the area being registered in this window down below. We could then choose which of ours were the appropriate ones to monitor. What that looks like in actual function is this. If these were all repeater boxes that were on the rig I was monitoring, they would show up like this after discovery. And then I have the ability to click on the graph icon and bring up the actual graph. Now, if I'm using one graph only, I can size that up to the appropriate level so that it fills my entire screen, and then I would simply click for the connection to the repeater box to start, and the loads that were attached to the repeater box would then be displayed in this format. These are moving much faster than an actual grid would be. We did it this way so that you can see how quick the refresh rate is on each individual load cell. The red column to the right is the peak load. So each time a load is exceeded, it holds at the higher level, so you always know what the peak load was on every point. You can also set individual upper and lower limits. Very easy to do from drop-down menus at the top. The upper limit, which is represented currently by this red line, can be changed to reflect 1,500 pounds, let's say, and immediately it goes up to that point. There's also an alarm function connected to that, so that if any point exceeds that user preset point, an alarm will sound if the volume is turned up on your PC. That's your choice. The lower limit is also adjustable, and just for the sake of being able to see it easily, we'll say 500 pounds, and you see the green line moves up to this point. That would be an indicator of a slack point. If a motor quit running, for instance, that would be the reason you'd want the lower limit alarm as well. And like the upper, it will alarm if the volume is turned up on the system. We have the option of reading multiple repeater boxes at one time by simply opening up additional repeaters and asking them to be displayed in a tile format. Now, if my rig has enough points to monitor that I need to have multiple repeater boxes on different trusses, for instance, independently moving objects, I can now monitor those multiple repeater boxes simultaneously on one screen with the same functionalities, the same individual alarm presets, and the ability to save these readings at any point and export them to spreadsheet format, also to save them in a JPEG format so that the actual screenshot of the graph is saved to a file. This can be used for equipment maintenance schedules, for equipment logs, to determine what happened in the event of something getting overstressed or broken, or you know, many uses. Extremely versatile. And that is LevPro Plus in a nutshell.